Hello my friend and welcome to my channel. Today I've got Sassy Sauce, a decade of decadence, and I am going to be making decals with magnetic polish. Kind of like the sample I gave y'all in a previous video. I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Clear, and I'm taking these little magnetic paddle looking things, and I'm just kind of lightly brushing a very thin layer of the Wet n Wild Clear. This is going to make it peel off of there pretty well. This is great for making decals because it's so pliable. And this is Sassy Sauce, a decade of decadence. And now we're going in with our first coat. You can already see it doing. And to be honest with you, looking back, I probably could have got away with just the one coat of it. But I'm going to do two. And a top coat. I'm going to play with this to see if you can go less is more, kind of thing. But I'm trying to keep it like all up on the top of the magnet so that when I go to pull it off, it'll come off easier. And as you can see, I'm doing all of them the same, all the same design. Once again, this little handy teachings of how to do regular magnetic polish with some wow factor magnetic on your nails. I learned how to do this. Golly, who did I learn that from? I think it's Anna Rants, at Anna, A-N-A-R-A-N-T-S, Anna Rants. I'll try to remember to leave a link to her down below, to her video. I already left it with the other video where I just showed you how this works, but these I'm actually putting on my nails. So there you go. And I'm going to use a cuticle tool to get in up underneath that and slide down and around. And I am going to go all the way around so that I don't tear this. I don't want it to turn up. And pop it off. I did let these dry overnight. And look at that. I'd have never gotten that on my nail just hovering a magnet over it. I can guarantee you. I'm going to show you one more time me getting one of these off of the magnet. I am really glad that I went back and bought more sets of these magnets so that I can do all 5 nails the same at the same time. But you do what you could do, Alright. And I am going to just kind of scrape that extra polish off. And, got a little bit more there. Just make it come off. I'm going to apply Nail Techniques Formula 2 to my nails. And we're going to get started on this. I'm going to, I'm probably making this harder than it should be, but this was so brand new and I was so excited about doing it. I am going to do a coat or two, yeah, probably 2 coats of the polish on my nails underneath, just because I'm funny like that. Probably could have totally got away with 1 coat. I might even could have got away with, hi Woody, how you doing? I might could have got away without doing any of this underneath. But girl be silly sometimes. She's just so crazy. And we're just going to get these painted up like normal. And then I'm going to let them completely dry, before I start trying to apply these decals to them. I do want to definitely show you all the steps that I'm taking for this one. And if I adjust it in the future, I'll let you know. I'll show you. There we go. I'm going to top it with I&M out the door. Like I said, this step might have been completely unnecessary. I don't know. I don't know how opaque the magnetic decals are that I made. I don't, because I've never done it. Woody back again, being busy. All right, off to dry these up. There's a swatch photo of it on its own, a decade of decadence. And I am going to trim these down just a little bit. Kind of make that curve at the back of my cuticle, trying to make it just a little easier. Like I said, I did these kind of thickums. I did a coat of the clear, 2 coats of the color on the magnet, and then a top coat, and then I'll let them sit overnight. So they're still very pliable. They're not crunchy, but they're kind of thick. We're going to go with it, though. Alright, to apply them to the nails, I'm using the IMK Sticky Bio Base. This is no longer available. It's sitting on my little rack, so I'm going to try to use it up. I have other sticky bases I can use. You could use Orly Bonder, Maniology sticky base. All the sticky bases work. If you don't have one of those, you could just use like a clear polish or the polish and just kind of let it dry down just enough to be tacky still. And then I'm going to lay that down on the nail and do some mushing, pushing. Push, 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 making sure it's sticking. This is going to be a little work in progress, I can guarantee you. And I'm glad I only had 5 nails to do and not all 10. Got out my little cuticle tool from Maniology. Sorry, I was blanking out there. And now I'm going to do a little bit of trimming with my little scissors. These are my little curvy scissors that kind of can go around these cuts and just try to trim some of that bigger excess off. I'm not going to be able to trim it perfectly. We're going to have to do some more work here on this one. But it's okay. Well, I got a little piece that's just driving me nuts here. Hang on, we got to get that little, got to nip that little piece off. It's like a hangnail on there, but it's just part of the decal. And I am still mushing. I'm using my other cuticle tool, the metal one, the cutty one. I promise y'all I'm not cutting my skin when I use this. I would use a wooden one, but I just don't have as much luck with that one. So I'm just kind of trimming out some of the sides and pushing, because that tacky, sticky base is still doing its thing, and I want to make sure that nothing's popping up and that it's staying on there. Doing the rubby rub with the little booty end tool, end of this tool. A little bit more trimming. But you know, if you find a way to do this easier, oh, shoot me a message so I know about it. Like I said, these were kind of thick, and then I've got the base coat, 2 coats of the color, and another top coat underneath all this. So we do got a lot going on here, but I can tell you my nails felt really strong with this on. Lots of layers to protect my nails. Very nice. And as you can see here, I'm going in with my acetone, kind of melting that decal down to the nail on the sides, across the end, back by the cuticle, doing a little cleaning up, kind of straightening up my line, and just going to keep on working at it. Just, you know, when the acetone hits that decal, it kind of melts it, and then it kind of attaches to the polish underneath better. I find that when I do that, going around the edges, up by the cuticle, and across the end, doing it this way, that it doesn't try to peel up as much for me. They normally do pretty well this way. I'm going to only show you me applying this to one nail. I do end up doing it to all 5 of them. I just thought repetitiveness would just not be prudent. It'd be just too much. Too much. Using my little fingers to help tap stuff down. Now that that's all cleaned up, I'm going to top this with INM out the door and get it to dry down and be glossified and get ready for a photo shoot. I'm only going to show you one photo, but we did do a photo shoot. I always take like 15 or 20 photos trying to figure out which one I like better. Hi Woody, back again. Good job. Thank you so much. Good job. And I really, really loved how these turned out. I was just floored. And that red line in the middle in some lights, it looked gold. There's my swatch photo. I do hope you enjoyed this one. I want to thank you for watching. Until next time, be good to yourself.